Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is feeling very romantic, kind of dreamy feelings for you. I do think this is somebody who is approaching things in maybe like it's a little bit more of a slower pace. I do feel like this is somebody who has been through some difficult situations with regards to romance, and that might have made them a little bit cautious with regards to the connection. But this Knight of Cups is somebody who is hopeful that things are moving in the right direction with you. So this could be about somebody who is looking to make things exclusive or wanting to express their feelings for you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchanta. I hope you're having a good day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as well as right below that, you can find a link on additional content that's available through my memberships, including shorts, videos, live streams, all of that. Let's dive in. I think we start with the Golden Lenormand. What else do we have? Someone who's been through the dark night of the soul. And this is why I was picking up that cautious energy, right? So I've been through a lot. I've had to kind of change my perspective or learn some difficult lessons. And that's why I take a slower approach to love. That's why I have been a little bit, maybe you feel this person's been a little bit reserved, or maybe they're going to be, but it's because they really want to make sure. I love this card because the playing card right above it has a heart. So this, in a lot of the readings where I see this card come out, it kind of symbolizes to me that somebody is feeling those romantic feelings, but it's paired with the path. So it's like, okay, I have to find a way to make a choice. Do I want to see where this goes, or do I feel like I need to find an exit ramp, right? Ooh, let's actually go for some tarot. This is the Santa Muerte. Hey, April Fools. How are you doing? Hey, Key Controller. How's your day? Hey, Elvin. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your day. What else do we have? The Emperor in the reverse and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. A loss of control is how I think this Knight of Cups has in the past viewed love. Things are a little bit easier if I'm not attached, or I feel like I don't have to worry about like the unpredictable or the unexpected if I, don't have that romantic element. So they look at it as, are you willing to get on that roller coaster? High Priestess in the reverse, Queen of Wands. Yeah, I do feel they pace things intentionally because they have let things get carried away before. They have let perhaps the wrong indicators push them towards pursuing something with someone, or getting comfortable with a person that doesn't really line up with their pursuits or their perspectives. This is somebody who has had to, I think, kind of stay at a distance from people because they didn't want to get caught up. So they've rejected a lot of people, whoever this is. Why do I think this person's like kind of surprised to realize or find out, discover that like you're authentic? So we've got the Six of Wands in the reverse and the Two of Swords. Feeling like I need to make a decision, right? This Two of Swords, though, makes me feel like this is somebody who's used to cutting people off. So the question is, do we have somebody that has actually caught their attention? Because it's kind of looking like autopilot for them, or like cruise control is assumed that over a certain period of time, you'll find a reason to not be interested. Fool in the reverse, Justice in the reverse, Three of Swords, and the Three of Wands in the reverse. Uh-oh. I think we have someone assuming the worst about a situation, jumping to conclusions. Like, they've gone through some difficulty, they have some pretty strong intuition, but the High Priestess is in the reverse. So it feels to me like something is weighted. And what I mean by that is, I find out this detail about you and I let that inform my entire opinion of you. They're looking into something or seeing something that isn't there. They're exaggerating something, and it could be because they're just too comfortable pushing people away and saying, oh, okay, well, there it is. I found the thing that I don't like about you. Hey, Danny. Yeah, I thought so, Key Controller. This is the Hocus Pocus. What else do we have? Yeah, I think that's the appropriate conclusion. Four of Wands in the reverse. Master in the reverse. Devil in the reverse. Yeah, I think this is somebody who's a bit fearful. Someone who's maybe got a little bit of a negative mindset and is feeling like they maybe can't pursue this. Yeah, I think we've got someone lying to themselves. This is like the kind of partner they've been looking for, but they're fixated on some detail here and saying, oh, well, that must mean that it would never work out. Star in the reverse and the Queen of Potions. I feel like this is somebody who is a little bit scared. I think if I were to step into their mindset, it's I have done all the healing work that I need to. It's a little bit like arrogant, a little bit, I've taken care of all of that. I've done all of that, right? Have you ever asked someone if they got something done and they just dismissively tell you, yeah, of course I did. I can't believe you even question me. And then you go and investigate and find out that they didn't. This is somebody who's confident, and maybe this is just a conversation internally for them. But they're confident that they are ready for a relationship, but they're seeing things in a distorted way to justify running away from love. So there's still a block there. Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pumpkins in the reverse, or Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This is not an easy decision, though. So I'm afraid to fall in love. I feel like I've healed everything that I needed to, but this situation where I feel like I might actually be able to make something work with somebody has underscored what is actually unhealed, or what is actually causing me to maybe avoid connections or closeness, companionship. Seven of Lightning or the Seven of Swords and the 10 of Cups or 10 of Potions in the reverse. I think this is someone realizing they've been lying to themselves. They may realize that they have exaggerated the flaws or jumped to a conclusion and like dismissed emotions they feel for somebody just because they are afraid of that like next step or that next level, and then start to really miss that person that they've rejected. Transformation in the reverse and strength in the reverse. Yeah, this is somebody who is not healed to the extent that they thought they have. And their encounter, perhaps with you might be this love interest that they're judging a bit harshly. I think it may be a bit of a subtle karmic lesson, but I do feel like they're going to learn because of you that, oh, maybe I have kind of overestimated how well I've been doing with regards to the healing that I need to do after those relationships that I was in. This is the Rider-Waite. Hey, Matt, how are you doing? No, it's a no for me. Death in the reverse, Ace of Cups in the reverse. So in other words, we've got somebody very convinced of their own healing. They approach this relationship or this dating opportunity with someone they're actually interested in, believing they're ready for this relationship. And then when things get real, they realize, oh crap, I guess I forgot my heart at home. I'm not actually ready for this. I don't know how to do this. I thought I had let go of the problems from the past, or I thought I had healed from those situations. And I guess I'm still kind of like struggling. Hey, Laura, how are you doing? Hey, Steve, what's up? Moon in the reverse. A negative mindset. The positive in this is that somebody is realizing, okay, you know what? You're right. I do have things that I need to work on. And maybe I was just kind of like lying to myself, pretending that this wasn't an issue when it's clearly an issue. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Wands. So now we have somebody that went from almost like being on the offensive, right? Like looking for things to critique or looking for reasons to reject somebody to, oh no, now I feel like I have to kind of like turtle in the shell, right? And pull back because I don't feel like I have what I thought I did to offer in this situation. So their mood or their energy changes really quickly when they do some introspection or think about why things are going the way they are. But this is important, right? You have to be honest with yourself. That self-awareness is key to so many different elements in this journey, right? And so now we've got someone who's saying, okay, what I need to work on is my fear of love, or I need to like address this thing that is standing in my way and making it difficult for me to imagine that somebody is only ever in my life to try to hurt me, right? Eight of Swords in the reverse, freeing yourself from a negative mindset, clarifying the Moon in the reverse and that Seven of Swords, lying to yourself or that negative insight. Negative. I feel like that should be a Family Guy joke. Ace of Wands in the reverse, the Tower, and the Two of Cups. All right, so for some of you, this is someone who's taking a bit of a breather. They're like stepping back for a beat and thinking about things. And they might actually be able to like not lose this opportunity in love because they did that introspection. So if they're successful in changing their perception, if they are able to address this thing that has made them look for negatives and assume the worst, they might still be able to end up with this relationship. So it's kind of feeling like crunch time, right? Okay, so figure this out in like 3 days. Can you do it? And it's not an easy challenge. Wow, that sounds so Minnesotan when I say that word. We'll do the voyage of the soul. You rock too. What else do we have? Another reference to the dark night of the soul. So I do think that there's two individuals in this reading. Each of them has taken part on this dark night of the soul, or this deep spiritual healing that has required quite a shift or transformation in life. One person seems to have taken it a little bit more head on, and another person seems to have like skipped a chapter, right? You ever done one of those stupid online trainings where you can only get so far if you've done all the stupid little things in order to be able to like pass to the next chapter? This person's like, wait, what do you mean I can't move to the next chapter? I just want to be done with this thing. Where is this thing that I missed? Where you have to get the right answer before they let you move on. This person's like stuck on this question. They're taking some time. They're being, I think, pretty analytical about it. We might have somebody who's Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But it also might just be that, you know, they'd avoided that part of their mind for a while. Now we have a different approach. Spirits. Oh, listening to their intuition. That's good. The other side, souls, veil, mediumship, and contact. They may have gotten some sort of a message via their dreams, or maybe even a song that has significance to them. But it did get them to shift their direction. This could be somebody who's gone recently through a Kundalini experience and had a shift in terms of their perception of passion and the role it plays in your purpose or your journey. And I do feel like this is somebody whose gifts are changing. This could be part of why we had that high priestess in the reverse. I feel like this is somebody who's very smart. They pick up on details, but they may not have as much confidence or put as much stock in their intuition. Maybe now that's going to change. So they're seeing things more clearly now, and it's because of gifts. To me, that says we've got some intuition that is finally hitting this person across the face. All right, this is the situations deck. Hey, Jamie, how are you doing? Hello, Renee. How's your day? What else do we have? Obsession. Must have, indulgence, and pop-up. Oh, okay. So that energy I picked up on at the beginning, this Knight of Cups, like I'm ready, I want to pursue this relationship. The Devil's in the reverse because I've dealt with the things that I needed to heal. This was like here's where we are now. And then we rewinded and figured out what was going on to lead up to that moment. Now that I've realized what was blocking me, now that I've realized I was maybe a bit fearful of falling for you, and I've dealt with those things that blocked me, now I can like figure out that this is an obsession, this is love, but I do want to be with you. So I'm going to pop up, and maybe you don't expect to see this person, or maybe you get a message that is overly emotional. You just don't expect it, right? But this is someone realizing, okay, I have to do right by this because this is somebody that means something to me. So I do feel you're going to get a display of affection or some sort of interaction that you don't necessarily see from this person very often. They're taking a risk. They're getting emotional, or they're pursuing something serious with you. This is, look at how I chose those. So they're on the opposite side, right? One is, can you choose to confess your emotions? And the other one is, are you stuck in this mental prison? So I feel like they were supposed to be that way. We have this Eight of Swords in the reverse. I've been lying to myself about, whether or not I felt comfortable falling in love. The truth is it freaked me out a little bit, but I dealt with it. I let go of some of the other, resentment or things that were still stuck from that previous relationship. And now I feel like I'm like more capable or more confident to talk about how I feel, to express that I, see something really special about you. So this is about accepting that maybe this is not a tragic love, even though they've been scared or they've been, cautious, taking a slow approach to it. They have thought about where they are, and that's why they're ready to confess these emotions. But it's a little bit of work, right? To process these emotions they've been feeling, to let go of this negative mindset that they had for a long time, and like be honest with themselves, right? Hey, Illuminati, what's going on? We've got thinking, missing you, craving, desiring. So now that I've like gotten my brain back on track and I feel like I understand what happened, I can let go of the thing that told me I should resist you or, kind of like suppress my emotions. And instead, I'm letting myself think about all the things that could potentially happen because I found somebody like you. So that risk card is coming out right next to that nightlife card. This is someone who's going to take a risk because they're finally feeling comfortable to express those emotions, in part because they're impressed by what they've found in your connection. They feel like you offer that depth that other people lack, right? You're not just here talking about your favorite color. And they're willing to admit that you are important to them. Let's see. This is the Love Tarot. What else do we have? Runaway, would you pack a bag and meet me in Hawaii? I just want to get away from the world and be alone with you. Father wounds. My father is a big influence on my behavior now as an adult. I have challenges with connecting to the divine masculine energy within me and externally. Wild side. Okay, so this person's feeling a little bit more free around you now. There's a side to you I haven't seen and I want to. I want to see you let loose and get wild. Let's have some fun. So this person's like letting go of the fear that had kind of dictated their behavior or their willingness to connect with you and deciding they're kind of throwing caution to the wind, right? I want to get to know you better. I want to, maybe they want to take you on a trip. But I do think that this is someone who's finally realizing that they were a little bit reserved or pulled back. And if they really want a happy relationship, they're going to have to just like dive in, right? Hello, Steven. How's it going? All right, this is the Energy Oracle. What else do we have? Door to personal healing and happiness. Sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. Yeah, see, things are moving forward for this person because they realize that there was still a step. You have to walk through the door to actually go take advantage of the things that you've earned. Or when you manifest something, there's often actions that you have to do to put yourself in that place to like collect on that, right? So this is acceptance of what they still had left to do on their healing journey, not wanting to miss an opportunity with you, addressing these issues so that they can move forward with this Two of Cups energy. Yeah, exactly. So they feel like they have had some success here with regards to that healing that they needed to do. Maybe they needed to talk with some family. Maybe they needed to let go of an ex. Maybe they just needed to work on their confidence. But this man holding a coin is about somebody who wants to offer something, right? Very similar to this Knight of Cups. Does not need to be a man, but this is someone saying, you know what? I ran away from it before. I didn't know if I really wanted to fall in love. And I've called myself out on what I was doing to block that with you. And I want to get to know you better now. I'm over it. I don't need to worry about it anymore. Let's just go have some fun. Hello, Santiago. How are we doing? This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. Flow, recovery, moving on, finding peace, and uncover nostalgia, sentimentality, and memory. Yeah. So they've been able to move on from something that happened in their past that made it difficult for them to really let go and be able to get to know somebody in a romantic sense. Self-evaluation, awakening, purpose, independence, and confidence. That's exactly what I've been saying. So now they have more confidence to deal with, the like roller coaster of emotions that love can often represent, right? Now that I've dealt with that family issue or let go of that breakup that was really difficult for me, now I'm ready to actually approach this with an open mind or without any baggage. This is the Gilded Reverie. What else? So we've got the Calla Lilies, and this talks about peace. Ooh, okay. So now that I've been able to calm my mind, now that I've been able to quiet my fears, I can just get back to the idea of appreciating that I found somebody who understands me, or actually let myself fall in love and not be so paranoid that it's going to go terribly wrong. So they're letting themselves enjoy it. That High Priestess that was in the reverse, now it's in the upright because they've let that wisdom or that enlightenment actually take place. And so that's why we've got this love happening. All right. I love it. That's so pretty. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for the likes and the subscribes. And I hope to see you on a reading later today. Doodles.